Hi there, I'm Adam Pratt.
And I'm Lynn Grillo.
And this is The Lazy Designer.
The Lazy Designer, yeah. Who came up with that name?
I did actually, yep.
What's it supposed to mean?
Well, you know, the other day you and I were talking about how much Adobe software has changed over the years and how much we've learned and how much time we've learned to save by just working more efficiently.
That's true. I remember that conversation. I was thinking to myself, if I had to do things the way I did them years ago, I would go completely crazy. I'm way too lazy for that.
Ah, there you go. The Lazy Designer.
Lazy Designer.
Yeah,
Okay,
so that's what we have in mind. We want to share some of our favorite tips and tricks to let you work more efficiently and hopefully get the job done just a little bit faster.
Yep, sounds good. I have an idea for the first one.
Yeah?
The Adobe Bridge. Okay, so a lot of people know you can use it to browse and add keywords and all that kind of stuff, but there are some little hidden gems in there that people might not discover on their own. I think if we point them out to them, people will find they can work a lot smarter and a lot faster.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's do it. Okay, so here we are in the Adobe Bridge CS3, and I'm about to reveal to you some hidden UI nuggets, little gems that you're sure to use. We're going to start out by looking at my Pictures folder, and inside here is my 2007 folder, and in 2007, not one, but two of my nieces got married, Jamie and Ashley. Now you'll notice over here in my keywords area, I do have a keyword for wedding, which I could apply, open up these folders and apply the wedding keyword, but I really would like more granular keywording than that. And I could go in here and just keep adding in sub keywords by clicking the sub keyword button, and add a keyword for Ashley's wedding and add one for Jamie's wedding and add in the different people here. But instead of going through all that trouble, I am going to show you a very easy way to put all those keywords in at once. So you could start out with the list you already have, and from this little flyout menu here, choose Export. That's going to give you a text file like this. And you notice that I've already opened up this text file and begun adding in more keywords. As you can see in the bridge, I only have 3 people, Joe, Lynn, and Nico, under people. But here I've added in a whole bunch more, and I'm going to add in a couple more names here, Jamie's wedding, Ashley's wedding. You can add in anything you want under this, okay? So it's just done by using a tab. You put the name of the keyword group and then a tab and all of the sub keywords there. I'm going to save that document, and then in the bridge, it's a simple matter of going into that little flyout menu and choosing Clear and Import, which is going to take out all those other keywords and replace them with these. Now, since I started by exporting those keywords, I'm not going to lose any. I'm just going to add new ones in. So let's take a look now. Under Events, there's Ashley's wedding and Jamie's wedding, and under People, there's my list of people. Much easier to do it this way. So now I can go into my Jamie's wedding folder, select all, and apply Jamie's wedding as a keyword to all of those files. And you'll notice that over here, everything is updating. It's showing me now I have 27 files in there that are that have the keyword Jamie's wedding attached to them. Pretty cool, right? Now let's stay over here in the filter pane and take a look at this a little bit, because there's some really cool gems over here. First of all, I'm now in my Adobe Illustrator CS3 demo folder. I've got that in my favorites area, and you can add an item to your favorites just by dragging it over or by selecting it and choosing Add to Favorites from the File menu. But in this case, what I'd like to do is I want to see all of the Photoshop documents that are inside this folder. And here it's telling me, giving me a readout of what the filtering system is finding inside this folder, this AI CS3 demo folder right now. And it's telling me I got some binary documents, I got some Illustrator documents, a zip archive, but I ain't got no Photoshop documents. So, but I know there are some in there in these subfolders. So here's what I'm going to do. Click on this little button here. Click to view items in the current folder only. That's kind of confusing, but what they really mean is make all of the subfolders disappear, make them transparent, and view everything as if it's on the top level of this folder. So you click on that and it dumps out everything like you're dumping it out onto your desktop. Now I can see, yes, indeedy, I do have some Photoshop documents. Click on that button, and I'm now seeing just the Photoshop documents that exist inside the subfolders of my AI CS3 demo folder. Okay? Now, so that's a little gem right there. Now, I've also got this little gem. It's a pin. It looks like a push pin right down here in the bottom left corner. If I click on that, it's going to turn on this pin system, which is basically going to say to the bridge, from now on, no matter what folders I go into, I only want you to show me Photoshop documents. Don't show me anything else. Of course, it will show you the folders, but not any other documents besides Photoshop documents. So if I switch over to my Photoshop CS3 demo files, you can see PSD, 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 PSD. And it's giving me down here, I got 31 items showing, those are the Photoshop documents, and 61 that are hidden. That's everything else. So that's pretty cool, right? By the way, I don't know if you know you can do this, but you can actually take documents and move them around here like a light box. So they don't have to go in any specific order. You can just drag them around the way you want them. However, if you do want to sort them, here's another little UI element called sort, and you can sort by whatever you'd like, file name, resolution, anything you want. So you can do that too. Okay, now what happens if I go into a folder like, let's go back to the pictures folder here, and let's go into this headshots folder. I've got two folders in here, one called Lynn and one called With Adam. And I happen to know that these include subfolders and that there are no Photoshop documents in any of them. So it's telling me no Photoshop documents. But it's telling me there are no Photoshop documents in the headshots folder, which is the parent of these two. What if I dump out the contents of those two? Look what it's doing. It went through real quick and it said, hey, you know what? No items to display with the current filter. So in other words, I got 129 files in subfolders of my headshots folder, but none of them are PSD files. So at this point, perhaps I would like to clear my filter. And by the way, you could filter on more than just one thing. I could filter on Photoshop documents plus star rating, plus labeling, plus date created, get as granular as you want. And when you're all done, you just click on this little guy, this little button right here, which will clear the filter. Ah, look at this. It's me. It's me and more me. By the way, these lovely pictures were taken by a colleague of mine named Rick Miller, photographer extraordinaire here at Adobe. But there are an awful lot of pictures of me there, and perhaps I want to view them in a different way. Here in the content pane, there's actually a little menu hidden away. So we've got auto layout, vertical, and horizontal. So I could switch this to horizontal layout, make these a little bit better, and then I can sort of slide through to see what I've got here. Now, wait a minute. That guy looks familiar to me. Who is that? Yes, that is my esteemed colleague, Mr. Adam Pratt. I'm going to go down here to the bottom and switch from this view, which is the thumbnails view, to the horizontal film strip view, so you can get a better picture and a better idea of how well Adam and I work together. Okay, so there you go. That looks really nice, and at this point, I want to show Adam this picture, so I'm going to email it to him. Yes, you can drag into Illustrator from here. You can drag into InDesign from here, but did you know you could drag into your email program from here? And it will attach the photograph to your email. So then you can just go ahead and email it to the person you want to email it to. Again, very cool. People probably don't even know that that's there. So I'm going to switch back over here to the bridge, and let's talk about these buttons up here at the top. We've got rotate, so we can rotate this image or rotate it back. You've got the ability to delete the item. You could make a new folder here. Right now, this is grayed out because I'm actually in headshots and subfolders. I would need to be not in that view. I would need to be in a straight view of a folder in order to create another folder inside of it. But what's this one here? This is a little button that will switch you to the compact mode, like this. So look, what? That's so tiny. Let me hide everything else. It's so tiny. Well, that's really in the subcompact mode. We have compact mode and we have subcompact mode. So you can make this thing whatever size you want to. And this just makes it really easy for you to take stuff and drag it out of the bridge That's one file. You can drag 3 files. Notice I've got a 3 little icon of 3 items there. Goes all the way up to, I love this, 5. No, it's only giving me 3. Okay, I take it back. All right, so that is the compact mode. And while you're there, you can switch to the subcompact mode, which is really little. And there's also this little icon, which gives you some further menu items. One of them, which is compact window always on top. So if you have your compact window open, but it's blocking your view in InDesign, you can turn this thing off. And then this little compact window, when it's open like this, will not be on top of your InDesign document. It will go behind. So that will only show up when you are in the compact or subcompact mode. It's not there when you're in the normal mode. See, right there, compact window on top. If I go back to normal mode and I look over there, where is it? It's not there. Okay? So you don't get that option unless you are in compact mode. Now, when you are in compact mode, you might wonder, well, how can I get to my favorites and my folders and all the rest of those things? That's what this pop-up is for, okay? I need to make this a little bit bigger so you can see. Here are all the favorites that I've got in my favorites area. Remember I told you could put stuff in your favorites area earlier? Well, you can get to them this way. And also, it gives you a listing of all your recently used folders. So if I want to go back to my Photoshop demo files, I just click there and get to my Photoshop demo files. It also will give you a way of clearing your recent folders menu. Okay, I'm going to go back to my default workspace by resetting to the default workspace here. And one last thing is, what is this? Start meeting. If you click on, in the favorites area, the Start Meeting button, this will give you information about how you can begin to use Adobe Acrobat Connect for screen sharing and beginning meetings. That's really cool. You can get further information about it by clicking on Start Meeting and then clicking on where it says See Demo. I'm not going to give you a demo of that today. You can go and figure that out for yourself. But one last thing that I wanted to show you is, if I go back to my headshots and subfolders, I'm going to scroll down and there's an image here that I particularly liked. So let's take a look. Let's see. No, it's down a little farther. I think it's here. So we're going to select a bunch of these and we're going to open up the slideshow option. Now this is really interesting. Notice how it came in sort of fuzzy and then it snapped into a better view. You can use your arrow keys to go back and forth through these images, but here's the real neat thing. I'm going to click on this and look at that. It zooms right in on Adam's head and there it goes at full resolution. If you really want to check and make sure he's done a good job cleaning his hair, you can do that. So this is a very large DNG file, which means a lot of information in it. Clearly, Lynn is overdue for her coloring job on the hair and could use a little plucking or tweezing in this area. I'm going to zoom back out by clicking on that. And again, you could go through your slideshow and press your 4 key to give yourself a 4 rating. 3 gives you a 3-star rating. 9 gives you the blue color. 8 gives you green, so on and so forth. There you have it. 2 lazy designers using the bridge to their fullest advantage. Thank you and goodbye.